Everyone has a story, and for ours, our parents split up when I was about 11. I remember my mum just waking us up and, she said, "We gotta go." She had all our suitcases packed, and a couple hours later, we knew that we were in Newcastle, and there were 7 of us, and my 2 cousins, so, it was 9 kids. It started to get tough seeing her work 2 jobs, and we barely saw her during the week. There were some nights where, we were just living off bread, or we'd skip tea sometimes, and I used to see my mum come home stressed and crying, and she used to lock herself in the room, and maybe the 3rd time she tried it, ambulances would come and pick her up, and I used to find tablets in the room on the bed, and I just put 2 and 2 together. She was just basically trying to commit suicide, and for me, I didn't want my younger siblings to see that stuff, and just knowing that they wouldn't eat sometimes killed me. Like it rattled me as a young kid, and that's what made me want to use rugby league as the way out. That's all I wanted to be, from the age of 12, was to be an NRL player. In 2008, when I first got my full-time contract, I was 18, and seeing the first paycheck, going to my mum's account it was just something I couldn't describe. Just seeing money that I've never seen before, that could help. Little things like, my mum always having gas, or us always getting to eat consistently. Just little things like that. That's something that it's so hard to describe to people because of how we grew up.
I always looked up to Pete as, he was the Superman. No issues ever fazed him, and I used to see him pay for my school stuff and school bags, and on that side of things, I used to look up to him as well, because those were things that I always wanted someone to do for me, but my mother couldn't provide. It
was my mum's biggest goal was for all 4 of us to play together, and yeah, it's a feeling that I can't describe. You've been wanting something for so long since a kid, and for it to finally happen, like I said, I'm grateful to this game. It changed my life, changed my family's life, it saved our life, and gave us an opportunity that not many people in this world get to do together.
It was awesome. It's definitely something I'm going to be able to tell my kids and their kids that I played with your dad at one time. Hopefully all you cousins can play at the same time as well.
In 2020, Darryl Power got us in the pre-season, 1 play every week, to speak about some point in their life where they find was very important to themselves. And for me, I spoke about my suicide attempt, and that was the first time I come out with it. I never told anyone. The only people that knew was my wife now, who was there at the time, and my best friend. They're the only 2 people who knew about me trying to commit suicide, because they found me hanging in my closet. So when I was able to come out and tell my team, which is probably the hardest thing as a rugby league player, is opening up to your teammates, because there's so much banter around the club, and that to be able to put yourself in an uncomfortable situation and being very vulnerable. I got to talk about that, and just the reaction I got from the boys after it, not just saying that, I'm proud of you for coming out, but giving them the confidence to talk about their walk, talk about their experiences. That was a changing moment for me to want to become a life coach, just to make that positive difference where I can. I know how it feels to suffer. I know how it feels to fail. I know what it feels like to grow up in a broken home. I know how it feels like to grow up in a father's home. And for me, when I go speak at schools, or when my clients or athletes ask me why I do what I do, it's because I want to speak life into people. I want them to know that no matter what you go through, you can always bounce back from things. I'm living proof that no matter what we go through, that there's always a way to get through it or to make it.